Hello and welcome. I am Sarah Michelle, and I am a sex, love, and intimacy coach with Happiness and Heals. So today is the first day. We're going to start doing live Q&As every week. So if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. And if you have any questions you'd like answered next week, leave them in the comments and I'll be checking back on YouTube. So follow us or like and subscribe, whatever, on YouTube if you want your questions to be included or answered next week. For this first week, I'm going to take a question that I got through private message on Facebook recently from a girl, and I'm just going to read it to you and then share some advice from it. So there's some things that I'm going to read through the question first, and then there's some things I'm going to need to explain to you. Did you see this? It's a glue stick. My kids left it on my desk here, and I was messing with it. Anyway, says, my emotional authority is not of much help right now. Because she's dealing with, you know what? I started the wrong part of that. Just a second. I scrolled. Her emotional authority that she's talking about is a human design thing. If you happen to know your own human design, put that in the comments right now. Let me know what your authority is, if you happen to know. Sacral and emotional are the most common. So anyway, let me pull up her question here because it moved when I did it. So after clearing the relationship zone in the Bagua where her sofa is, it says she's been approached by a couple guys on Facebook dating to go out on dates, but neither of them feel like they have a healthy masculine energy to her. So a couple things. She's talking about the Bagua, which is feng shui. I help my clients with feng shui. So she's talking about a specific area in her home that she's been updating the feng shui in, and now she's getting dates, right? But she's saying, hey, these guys that are showing up don't seem to have a healthy masculine energy. She wants someone around her that helps her feel safe at night. She's nervous about going on these dates because she feels like it might be disappointing and pointless to go on these dates with these guys if she knows that they're not the one. And how she feels like she knows they're not the one is because she's gotten clear on who she wants, and she started through her intuition tapping in to who this person is and feeling into this person's energy. And so she can tell when she connects to these people that are dating with her that doesn't feel like the same person. Well, when you're dating, I want you to call in and manifest the person you're looking for long-term if that's the type of dating you're doing. If you're trying to date to find a long-term match, soulmate, marriage, that sort of thing, it's great to get super clear on what you want and start calling that person in, but it's also good to stay completely open and date other people in the process, because what's going to happen is as you start calling this person in, the universe is going to put people on your path that are going to help you see what you need to know. So maybe areas you need to grow, or maybe things you just want to experience. So for example, when you're calling in a new relationship and someone shows up, he might not be your forever man, but he might take you to dinner somewhere and you realize, like, holy hell, I actually love going out to fancy dinners. I didn't think I was a person who wanted fancy dinners. I thought I was a person who liked casual restaurants, but this is a lot of fun. Okay, so he showed up and he was on your path to share more with you about who you are and who you want to call in. So now you can go back and add this to your Dear Lover journal and start saying, okay, I'd like a guy who enjoys nice dinners with me too. So some people that come through when you're dating are just to help you learn more about yourself and explore more about yourself. And some people will come in and it will be a painful experience, but they're also going to be there teaching you and helping you through things, okay? So not every person you date has to be someone that's marriage quality. Now, as you're in this process of dating, it's really important for you to be open and honest with your communication. So if you're showing up to this date, so say she already knows, right? I'm going to go to this date because there's something about him that's piqued my curiosity and I kind of like him, but I'm sure that I'm not going to marry him. She can show up to the date, or she can say before she goes to the date, hey, I want you to know I'm just dating right now. I'm not looking for anything serious. And then that sets the other person up to know, and they get to choose if they want to engage with that or not. Because if they're only looking for someone that is marriage-minded, then that's their opportunity to step back and say, okay, never mind. I don't want to do this date anymore, right? But if they move forward and you have open and honest communication, then this is just a playground for you to enjoy and spend time co-creating, enjoying, playing, learning more about yourself, learning more about other people. There's so many things that you can learn from dating to help you build your confidence, build your conversation skills. I mean, think about this. I talk about this often from the standpoint of after divorce, because I personally got married when I was young. Looking back, we got together when I was 18, married at 22, divorced at 32. And so when I started dating again, it was very, very scary and intimidating, because it is completely different to date as an adult than it was to date as a teenager in college. As an adult, sex is always on the table, right? And so maybe it's not on the table for you, but it's potentially on the table for the other person. So that's something you always have to be willing to navigate, is when those advances come up or when the conversation comes up around that. Are you comfortable with it? What are you ready to do? Like that sort of stuff. So that intimidated the shit out of me. Also, I hadn't been familiar with just starting conversations with random people about, I don't know anything, like, first date conversations. So they're typically mostly topical. And okay, so Lauren, you say you 100% don't get it. What is it that you don't get? I just saw that comment come through. Let me know what it is that you don't get, and I'll back up and answer that. Unless you're like just in agreement with what I'm saying around something here. Now I got to get back on track. Give me just a second. So when you're going out on these dates, you have to learn how to have conversations. You've got to practice getting ready. What level of getting ready makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? What type of clothes make you feel confident? And go out and get those clothes. Like, some of this stuff feels like it's more surface level, but it's not. It's getting to know you. It's bringing pleasure into this. It's bringing enjoyment into the process and play. And that's all good stuff. So I want to keep reading with this. Oh, agreement that dating as an adult is cray. It is very different. I actually have gotten to a place where I really enjoy it. To keep dating fun and light for me, I use dating apps, but I only turn on dating apps as long as it's fun. So I typically hop on for like 2, maybe 3 weeks at a time and then pop back off. So I'll line up a whole bunch of dates and just see if anything goes anywhere. If it does, then okay, I can, go with that person. But most of the time it goes nowhere. I'm just exploring more, having fun. Don't count those extra years. That's fine. Yeah, married for 16 years. That's pretty significant, huh? And I know you had children in that marriage too. So that definitely impacts everything we're talking about here. Okay, let me get back to her question. I was talking about the beginning of it, but it's actually a long question she leaves here. She says, my emotional authority is not much help. It feels exciting in a way to go on a date, but also very limit breaking since I've never tried it. And so disappointing and pointless when the energy doesn't match up. So that's what I was just talking about. One is, it's not pointless to go on dates when you know that this person isn't going to be the one, as long as you have some sort of connection with the person, okay? Like, don't use people. Of course, I'm not sending you out here telling you to go out and be a bitch. Don't do that. Be open, upfront, honest with your communication. But definitely go out and just enjoy yourself, get to know people. You never know, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you never know if you're meeting this person and they're going to connect you to someone else and it's actually beneficial for your business, and that's why they're being put on your path. You don't know what they're going to teach you or what you're going to, or what you're going to learn from them. That's the same thing. When she talks about the emotional authority, that's what I was saying at the very beginning of this call. I teach human design to my clients. So she's talking about her best way of making decisions according to her human design is to sleep on it and feel through her emotions into this. Okay. So she's saying her emotional authority is saying, yes, let's do this. Let's have some fun. But her head is stepping back and saying, wait, I know he's not the one, so I shouldn't do this. That's when we're going to go ahead and ignore the head, use that open and honest communication, move forward with your authority, have fun on the date, see where it goes. And then she finishes by saying, but if I go out on the date, is this just playing with her feelings? So no, it is not just playing with her feelings. And I've already described that, so I'm not going to go back through it. Thank you so much for showing up today. If you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe on YouTube. And I will be doing this every Friday, right close to 10 a.m. So if you have any questions around sex, love, intimacy, dating, human design with dating, feng shui for dating or relationships, go ahead and leave those on YouTube in the comments, and I will be going through this week, and I will address those in next week's Q&A. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.